Good evening and good morning, or probably just hello. Let me say hi. Okay. So today in our studio, in our YouTube, we're gonna have the Slime Rancher 2. It's kind of nice project, so let's start. Slime Rancher 2 is adding Rainbow's quality of life updates and plenty of the secrets. So already 2022, we talk about the game director Nick Popovich about what to expect from the slimy sequel. So it's a vision in rainbows. While the first game wasn't exactly muted in tone, developer Monomi Park is really dialing up the colors for the sequel, with the game's hero Beatrix LeBeau finding herself on the appropriately titled Rainbow Island. From what we've seen so far, we'll be sucking up slimes in pastel forests, coral fields, and ruins that glow in the dark, with the slimes themselves showing up with the new variations to add to the mix. But the expanded color palette isn't just for the show. According to Monomi Park co-founder and CEO and Slime Rancher 2 game director Nick Popovich, while the rainbow color palette will play a factor in Slime Rancher 2 story, a lot of the decision to go for it was simply because of you just never see a first-person shooter style game with a prismatic pastel visuals. So I think that adding something like this to the world and maybe opening the door for the other games to do the same is a worthy pursuit on its own. Even if kind influence other in games genre, Slime Rancher 2 is definitely continuing the game legacy of entering gamers something a little different. Part farming sim, part FPS, and part something else entirely. It's exciting to see where the team is going to take Beatrix's story next with the new locale. And with the original game boasting of players of over 10 million, no doubt I'm not alone. Popovich says that Slime Rancher 2 will act as the new platform from which we'll grow the world of Slime Rancher in the future, hopefully following in the footsteps an original game which has been supported with the content updates since it launched back in 2016. We started by meticulously recording a lot of what everyone loved about the original. It feels just like Slime Rancher, only smoother, more expansive and more rich in details, and with a lot of tweaks and quality of life changes, explains Popovich. Despite the new local, what you'll actually be going in Slime Ranch is going to feel very familiar to anyone who has already spent time wielding a webpack. You farm slimes, earning new bags from the selling slime ports, and work to expand your controversy as you move through the landscapes you find on Rainbow Island. What's the most exciting is that the whole thing is a refreshing change from out original wood. We very much landed into the cowboy vibe in the first game with the dusty valleys, an old mining operation, and a desert. Rainbow Island is far more green with the couplets of lush grass all over it, lots of trees, flowers, and water visible almost all the time. It just feels good to be into this world. Part of the game joy will be discovering the secrets of Rainbow Island, which Popovich describes as very usual place, even by the standards of the far range. Apparently, we'll get a few teases about some of them as get closer to the launch. But for me, the intrigue lies with the place you can call on the island, the controversy. Like the range of the original game, this is where you spend a lot of time farming, building, and creating new slime hybrids before starting to explore further afield once you've created the right tools and upgraded to counteract the environments and the slimes that inhabit them. Popovich explained that it feels like an appropriate setting for the light and the rainbows visuals of Slime Rancher 2. Having your home base wrapped in glass lets all this beautiful light and seems a green feat, not to mention that Slime Rancher always has a bit of eco-conscious theme to it. Developer Monomi Park has already delighted us with several new slime types they call Rainbow Island home, from fluffy cotton slimes to the Halloween toasting body slimes. Figuring out all of the possible slime hybrids is going to be quite the undertaking for us and the team tasked with creating them. I'm honestly not sure if the original design of all slimes can combine with each other into a new one was a killer feature or a terrible curse. Loves the Popovich. It is a ton of work to ensure they combine correctly, and managing the hundreds of possible combinations while you try to think up the new one is equally daunting task. We spent a great deal of time and resources making dev tools that help us with this process, but it's never ending so long as there are new slimes to discover. Slime madness aside, there are other new additions to the gameplay to discover, which unchain the way you interact with the world. The original game had a heavy reliance on using extractors to get precious crafting materials, but that's been tweaked here, with players instead able to discover catches of resources as they explore. The extractor change may not seem like much, adds Popovich. Totally changes the game loop while exploring the world, and in terms of backpack upgrades, we have leaned into the experience by allowing players to get more whack tanks by giving you access to a slime, science lab, and very start of the experience. Revenue links are now crucial to your success. So guys, the Slime Reacher is definitely worth to view in and to dive into. So I suggest you to buy it, play it, and enjoy it. All the links I will leave in the description. So peace, have a good one.